now we are going to talk different equations, different results in one-dimensional motion. So mainly, what are the uses of these results? One thing is that is you can easily attempt the question once you are like very familiar with these equations and like results. Okay, so these are the this is the first thing. Second thing, you can save time, right? You can easily attempt the question without any fear or anything. Second thing, you can easily like you can save the time. Okay, so how? Let's see. One second. This is V average. We discussed this already in the both classes. This is V average when both the distances are equal. Or in another term, if a body is traveling from A to B with the speed v1, and another same body is traveling from B to A return with the speed v2. So they literally like travel the same distance, right? So in that case, what is V average? 2v1 v2 divided by v1 plus v2. What is this? This is actually harmonic mean. Harmonic mean of that v1 by v2. Next, so what if they travel first time t1 it will be v1, v2 in time t. That is both the times are equal. Then the value will be v1 plus v2 by v average. So why I am rushing this topic? Because we already studied this topic. That's right. So v1 plus v2. And what is this? This is nothing but this is the arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean in arithmetic progression, that is in sequence and series. Arithmetic progression, geometric progression, harmonic progression, you must have studied of it. So this, look at this, same time arithmetic mean, same distance travel, harmonic mean. Okay, next step. V1, like suppose if three intervals are there, so V1 in the first 1 by 3 distance, V2 in the second 1 by 3 distance, V3 in the third 1 by 3 distance. Then V average is equal to 3 V1 V2 divided by V1 V2, V2 V3, V3 V2. Okay, there is a pattern. 3 V1 V2 V3 divided by V1 V2, V2 V3, V3 V2. So what if many intervals are there? Okay, let's see. N intervals are there. D by N, D by N, D by N, etc. So here V1, V2, V3. Can you find out any particular things from this? Yeah, that's it. 1 by V average is equal. Look at this. 3 divided by, sorry, N divided by 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2 plus 1 by V3 plus, etc. Okay, so this is the term. So not 1 by V average, it's V average. N divided by 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2 plus 1 by V3. This is the correct relation. Okay, so correct. And you can understand it from this. Total distance traveled divided by total time taken. How much is total distance traveled? D by N. Sorry, D by N plus D by N plus etc. So what is D? Divided by first one D by N divided by D. So all the D's will get cancelled here. So 1 by V1 plus correct. This is correct. Okay, so I think you got the idea. So this is how you can easily understand. So instead of N, if it was 3, then 3 V1 will be. Got it? So instead of this one, 2 V1. Okay? So that is the second thing. So next is average acceleration. What is the average acceleration? Suppose in time t1, a body is accelerating with acceleration a1. In time t2, body is accelerating with acceleration a2. Then what is average acceleration? a1 t1 plus a2 t2 divided by t1 t2. What if both are equal? a1 plus a2 divided by a average. Just like V average here. Okay, so next step, ratio. This is very important. All of you note down these ratios, and I am going to explain these ratios in detailed way. You will get it very easily. These ratios are very important. When I solve the problem, when we start solving the problem, I'll give you problems by using this. At that time, I'll ask you, you have to solve it yourself at that time. Alright. So, first tip, ratios of distance covered in 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, etc. Look at this. A body is starting from rest. A body is starting from rest. Or you are dropping a body. You are dropping a body. That is starting from rest. And with the constant acceleration g or a, it could be a body starting from rest and it is moving with a constant acceleration. And you know that here distance is s is equal to half ab square. Because use 0. S is proportional to t square. Very, very important. That is why in the first second, S1, in the first second, it is proportional to t square. That is 1 square, 1. S2 is proportional to 2 square, 4. S3 is proportional to 3 square, 9. So 1 is to 3, 4 is to 9. 1 square is to 2 square is to 3 square, like this. This ratio is important. We use this ratio to solve the problems sometimes. We use it. Okay, next thing. Ratio of distance covered in first second, second, third second, etc. That is 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7. Why? Because the relation is S is equal to U plus A into N minus half. N minus half. So S is proportional to N minus half. That is why 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7 is to 9 is to etc. You got it? Okay, so S is S1, S first is proportional to N minus half. S second is proportional to 2 minus half. This is 1 by 2, 3 by 2, 5 by 2, 7 by 2, it will come like that. So when you take the ratio, then it will be 1 is to 3 is to 5 is to 7. So next step, this is little bit more important because it's sometimes you will find it difficult to catch it. But the ratio is very easy, you can easily understand it. Whenever a body is starting from rest and moving with constant velocity, the distance, the time taken to cover the first 1 meter, second 1 meter, third 1 meter. Look at this. That ratio is very beautiful. Distance, time taken to cover first 1 meter, second 1 meter, third 1 meter, etc. You got it? First 1 meter, second 1 meter, third 1 meter, etc. So that ratio is root 1 is to root 2 minus root 1 is to root 3 minus root 2. Next then, what will happen to the what will be the value next? Root 4 minus root 3. Next step, root 5 minus root 4. Next step, root 6 minus root 5. You got the idea? That is the ratio. So distance travel, time taken to cover first 1 meter, second 1 meter, third 1 meter, very important. So that is root 1 is 2. Root 1 is 1. 1 is to root 2 minus root 1 is to root 3 minus root 2 is to root 4 minus root 3 is to etc. Okay, we know that root 1 is 1, root 4 is 2. But if you apply those values, sometimes you get confused. Okay, 1 is to root 2 minus 1. What does that mean? So don't think it that way. It is root 1 is to root 2 minus root 1. Then you will get that particular idea. Alright. So that is how, that is what we are going to discuss in this video. And in the next video, probably we'll discuss some more formulae and the relative velocity in one dimension. Etc. Okay, so then we will start solving problems. So as I told you, this chapter is basically how you are going to solve a problem. That is what is this chapter. So we will solve one by one. Alright, so we'll concentrate more on problems. I told you the theory is not like, for us the theory is not that important. And whatever you studied in your board papers, that is what is more important. You just concentrate on that, and then the topics and equations that I discussed, so go through them also. Alright, so then we will solve problems. Okay, thank you.